Hello fellow commanders and welcome to Cards with me, Bubblebox. Cards is a World War II card game, collectible card game, and I played this in the closed alpha, and just recently the game moved forward in development into the closed beta phase, of which I'm glad to say I'm also in. I will put a link below to the developer's website for this game, so if you want to try to get into the closed beta, then please do head on over to there, register, and you might get a key for this game if you're lucky. I think they do give out a fair few. So the game has moved forward in development. It's the first time I've kind of come on it today. There's a new tutorial, well, there's a tutorial which they will play at the start of the game, which is quite handholdy but very good for beginners. And then you have to now unlock, which you didn't have to do in the closed beta, but now in the in the closed alpha, but now in the beta you have to unlock the different factions before you can get into the meat of the game, which is where you get your cards and make up your own decks and stuff. So we've got to do that first. Now I've already unlocked the Germans, the British and the Soviets, and I've yet to unlock the USA and Japan. So I thought I'd do a video to get back into this game, and we'd play against either the USA and Japan. You're just playing with a pre-made deck to start with until you unlock all the nations and get into your cards. So we're going to play against I think we'll play against the Japanese. They're quite interesting to play against. So these are the three factions or countries that I've already unlocked. I think we'll play with a British starter deck because they're the ones I'm pretty well, very familiar with. I can kind of remember them from when I played this game a few weeks ago. So if you do enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I'm going to playing some more cards now that the closed beta's out. So if you want to see some more games of cards, then please do consider subscribing to the channel as well. So we're opening with the Bolch Regiment, a 5th Brigade. That's a good starter card. It's a 2-pointer, nice cheap early game card, guard card. The Brits good at guarding, good at delaying, bringing out their good units later on, mid and late game, to try to finish off the opposition. We've got the Guards Brigade there as well, another guard card. The Brits are full of guard cards if you want them. So we're going to go fairly defensive at the start. We'll keep those. That's a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, a 4-pointer and a 1-pointer. That's pretty excellent start, to be fair. So we'll throw in our 1-point Humber. We've only got 1 point to start with. It's got Fury, so it can attack twice if we want to, and we'll end our turn. Check out what the Japanese have up their sleeves. A cavalry regiment, 2 attack, 1 defense, but nothing to actually use, and they've got that on the front line straight away. We can get rid of that. We'll take 2 damage, or we could get a guard card in straight away. And I think I'm going to get a guard card in. We'll use up both of our points. What we don't want is for them to get a load of units and then buff their cards up, but we'll take a chance on this one, not getting rid of that card. So what they're going to do this time, they've only got 2 points to bring in a little Model 25, little tankette, well, more of an armoured car I suppose, and take a shot at our guard card. Now we could take control and get rid of that and move our guard card, or we could bring in a Bolch. I'm going to actually try to get control of this game early on, so we'll get control of the front line. We'll take out that little armoured vehicle they've got there. And I've got 1 point left. I could attack their base, or I could I'm going to actually bring forward my guard card so that we've got 2 cards on the front line for the AI to get rid of if it wants to get control of this game. Right, so it's brought in a KI 40 through Hayabusa with an attack and defense, and deals 2 damage to the enemy HQ once it gets destroyed. So we are going to want to destroy that. We don't really have to destroy it now. We've got a fortification card. We could up our HQ defense and bring a nice infantry. That might be the card to bring in, or we could bring in yet another guard card. Now we're already on the front line. Let's be a little bit, let's try to get control of this game. Boost our command there. We could do a little attack into their base, I think, maybe just a 1-point attack into their base. Yep. And that's all our points used up, so we'll end turn. We have got to send an air unit back to the owner's hand and give our HQ H2 defense. We could play if we want to. We'll save that for a little bit. I think we can get rid of that KI 43 now, or we could just bring a Spitfire out. But I think if we move our Oh, I don't think I can move and fire, so I'm not going to be able to get rid of that. They're on 4 points next time. I'm tempted to bring out this AA barrage, and then I can bring the Spitfire out. Let's bring the command AA barrage. So we'll send that back to the owner's hand. It's only 1 point, so I mean, it's only 1 point. It's going to cost them points just to bring that back in. So, and then we can still bring out our guard if we want. And we can give this guy a little bit of a boost as well. Let's do that. We could actually try and get that to the front line next turn and give our adjacent units a boost. Let's end turn. They've got a lot of cards in their hand though, so they could still make a bit of a comeback. So we just need to keep control of the game as long as we can. They've brought that KI 43 back out again, as I thought they might. We've got a nice damage to the, although the Japanese aren't heavy on tanks, so that might not be that useful. Bolsh, let's get control of this front line by moving our guards regiment forward, and this regiment as well. We're not going to be able to attack and move at the same time with an infantry regiment. We could get another Bolsh regiment out though, or yeah, let's get that other Bolsh regiment out. That's pretty much all we can do, I think. We can't attack their base or anything, so let's end turn. We got this time, so their fighter decides to attack our base. We can't defend it because we haven't got any fighters, not yet anyway. So they attack our Bolsh regiment with their Mito regiment. I'm going to get this fighter out now first thing, so we can protect ourselves, our base, against their fighter. Now I could take that fighter down, which is probably a good idea, and we can also get rid of that as well. Let's take the fighter down, which will keep that Bolsh regiment on the front line. Now I could also take down this Mito regiment, which would damage our base, but I think if we just clear the board, I think we'll still have control of the front line. We've got another Bolsh regiment at the back as well. Yeah, we'll just get control of that front line and then turn because we're out of points. Got to be a little bit careful here because the enemy's got a lot of cards. We've only got 3 in our hand. Bring out another KI 43 for us to get rid of. And I think we're going to do that first of all with our Spitfire. We'll get rid of that. We don't want any air units against us. We're going to take a couple of damage on our base as well. And we could also get rid of this guy, although that would get rid of my Bolsh regiment, but I can bring another one forward, or we can bring, actually let's bring the make sure we bring out this artillery piece so we can start pounding them from our support line. And we've got all British units get +2 defence. We'll play that. That's a strong card to play at this stage with 4 units on the field. And we'll end turn. Nice. Oh, I think I could have done an attack on their base there. Oh, damn it. So they wrestled us from the front line, and can they move that Type 93 onto the front line now? Not sure. They bring out another Mito regiment, and they move that onto the front line. Okay, so we have to get rid of that. I'm going to first of all get rid of this Type 93 to get rid of that little buff they've got on the Mito regiment. Should get that down to 2 attack, yeah. And then we'll get rid of that with... We'll go with the Spitfire. Weakens our Spitfire, but it will stay on the field. That means I can move my Bolsh regiment, I think, to the front line and bring out another Bolsh regiment. And we've got 2 points left. There's nothing we really need to do, so we'll end turn there. So we're getting control of the board now. The enemy's getting... they've still got quite a few cards. They could still do us some damage. Bring out, what is that? That's a new card. Oh, it's a 0. Okay, oh, they've changed the price of that, have they? I think. And a little tankette. Or a decent tank this time. A fairly decent tank with extra against infantry. We've got quite a lot of infantry. So let's use our For the King card to get rid of that. First of all. And then we can get rid of this fighter just with using our Bolsh regiment, I think. And then we can take some shots at their base with our artillery piece. We'll move our Bolsh regiment forward. We've used our Spitfire, haven't we? Nope, we can take our base with our Spitfire. And we've got 3 points, yes, we might as well use one of these fortifications just to buff up our base a little bit, then turn. So the enemy down to 3 cards now, and we've got good control of the front line currently. Got a convoy, so we can draw ourselves an extra couple of cards. Desert Rats. We'll pin a unit, we don't need that. We can bring the Humber out. 3-6, we can actually finish this game off actually. Let's attack with the Spitfire first of all. And then we'll do a bit of damage with the artillery piece. And then we'll hit with our Bolsh regiments and finish the game off. Very nice. So yeah, so that should be a victory for us. Very nice. Okay, so that's the Japanese deck unlocked. So I've just got one more deck to unlock, and that's the USA building deck. I'll do that kind of off camera, but I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this, my getting back into playing cards. I will be putting some more cards videos up on the channel to check out all the new stuff that's in the closed beta, and as I say, I will put in the description below to the developers website, so that if you want to try to get into the closed beta, you can indeed do that. If you want to see more cards, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. Don't do it later, you'll only forget, you know you will. And please do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.